Hi everyone, I am Maria and I am a Danish artist, clairvoyant, and personal development nerd, among many other things. And today I am going to take you on a little tour around my home to show you some very easy and simple ways of how I use my creativity to enhance the positive energy in my home. So let's get started. Right now I am kneeling by one of the corners at my working desk. And what I would really like to show you is a very simple way of how I have used the love and appreciation that I have received from my friends over the years in text form. I have some very lovely friends, and I am so lucky that sometimes I receive some really amazing positive energy words that just sticks with me. Many of the text messages does, but these are very special because this one, for example, is one of my friends who wrote to me when I first published my very first YouTube video, which was kind of scary and to show myself on camera for everyone to see. And she and another friend wrote me a very kind and long message, each one, and this is one of them. And I decided, because it was so, I just whenever I receive a message like that, it just makes me want to continue. So I decided to put it in a frame for myself to see every day and to motivate me. Yeah. So as you can see, it's very simple actually. I found a recycled frame and I put the text into Word and I printed it and put it into a frame. And if you're like me, you like to be creative with all the little details. You know, you can choose your own text font, and maybe you can put some flowers in or some other things. Sometimes art and decoration can be very meaningful without larger details, without it being really hard and difficult to make. And yeah, I'm a big believer of that. Whatever we surround ourselves with should give us some good energy, most of the time at least. So this is one of the notes, and in another frame I've actually put another note that I received in at a day where I was holding my birthday for some friends and family. And it was just very kind, and it reminds me of using my creativity, and that she just wishes me every good thing in the world. And so, and it has little flowers on it, you know. So I put it in a frame as well and put it here by my desk where I can see it every day. And of course, flowers. This is from our garden. We have a little, what do you call it, communal garden? Just, yeah, we live in a flat or apartment, and there's a lot of people sharing the gardens, and this is from the garden as well. So I like to pick flowers whenever I can and put them in a vase. And this little one, to mention this also, there's a little funny story to this, because I like to use meditation and visualization to create good things in my life. And one day during meditation, I saw this symbol, which is actually just a circle of hearts with a little line between them. And I felt that it symbolized the the unity of people around the world, that we are all one, that we have this the fellowship that you have with other people in your heart. So this symbolizes the loving connection between people, and it has been placed different places in my home. And there's also quite a story to it, because when I first made it, it was part of a feng shui project, and it created quite a big change in my life. But this story is for another time. And whatever things symbolizes for you, it's for you. So if you like, I don't like hearts, I like flowers, then paint flowers. Like, just don't care about what other people tell. Don't care what I tell you. If you don't like hearts, don't paint hearts. And if you don't like picture frames, don't use picture frames. It really is up to you what you really like and what makes you happy. And maybe you want a picture of your dog instead, or your guinea pig, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, or your baby, or yeah, a vacation you went to. But it's not the point. The point is to really display things that you are happy about, and yeah, do what you like. Let's get on to the next place. Here we have another example of how I like to use art in my decoration. And what I would like to show you here is actually, again, we have a frame, I know, but this is a mandala that I have just colored, really. I printed it and I colored it. I like to draw. I'm very good at drawing and painting, but sometimes I just want to relax. I can also mention that this is actually just a piece of paper that I put on top, because this really pretty old-fashioned nightstand, I found it standing at the side of the road one day, about 2 or 3 years ago. Somebody just put it out and it was starting to rain, and I was just like, I was so in love with it because I really needed a nightstand. So, and again, this is actually my main point, is if you wanna decorate, you don't have to make the whole picture yourself. You can find a pretty picture online somewhere where you're allowed to print it, of course, and yeah, decorate it to your liking. And if everything goes wrong, you can just print it again and start all over. So now we are in my kitchen, where I have a display of dried flowers together with some pine cones and other stuff. And what this really is a decoration that reminds me of the magic of summer, and also a little experience, because when this little collection was started, it was back in May, where my boyfriend, my partner, gave me a bouquet of rapeseed flowers. I really like rapeseed flowers, and when they dried, I thought they were very pretty, and I wanted to collect them and save them like natural confetti. And this is a little jar. And once I had them standing on my shelf for about 1 or 2 weeks, they started to develop this amazing smell, and now they smell like this intense honey smell. And I thought, this is really fun. And also, why don't I collect some more flowers for like natural confetti? And the next one was these really pretty cherry tree flowers. And once they dried, they became this very light pink, and they also started to smell like this insane, intense, sugary, candy-like flavor. What is important to know is that when you dry them, if the flower already has like a smell, it disappears when it dries. But when it has dried and it just stands there, it develops a new smell, which is amazing. And this is, for example, this is calendula, and now they smell like fresh hay. Yeah, so if you have like guinea pigs or bunnies or other kind of animals and you buy fresh hay, you know how this smells. Is amazing. I had guinea pigs growing up, so I remember this smell very fondly. What's also interesting about this as a decorative and creative endeavor is, if you are tactile and like to touch things like me, and you like to smell things, you can actually make decorations in your home that inspires you to use your senses in a way. But this is a very natural and free way to collect things that gives you this feeling of having something to touch and having something to smell. And it's really fun with children. You can take your children out in the forest or in a garden and collect different kind of petals and see what they look like as they dry, and how they feel and how they smell. What I also have is pine cones, because as I mentioned, I like to touch things. I'm very tactile. So if I walk in the forest or in a garden, I like to touch the flowers or the branches or the leaves. It's a little way of like saying hello and also like just being in contact with what I'm looking at in a way, I think. This is another way that I like to use my creativity to put good energy into my home, is to make these little kind of altars and displays that just makes me happy. Yeah. This is my little dried flower petal altar in my kitchen. And of course you can put a little candle in there as well just to make it really nice. Now we are in my living room, sitting in my sofa. And what I would like to talk a little bit about now is that using pillows is actually one of the ways that I really like to be creative in an easy way, in an affordable way, but also in a way that I can change it once I'm changing my mind, which I does once in a while. So what I like today might not be what I like tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow, but like in a month or maybe half a year. This is actually from a thrift store. This one is 2, and this one's also. And this is like gold velvet, like a soft gold velvet. And this is like a very light blue, almost grayish velvet with some very beautiful gold embroidery on it. I think it's peacocks and some tropical flowers. And I paid almost nothing for it. Like, the salesman was just like trying to get rid of it, and I was the lucky buyer. So I came home with this, and I just find that it gives this almost like a little bit of a royal and bohemian feeling to the room, which I really like. Now, you can absolutely sew something yourself if you like. This is actually something that I made myself, also these curtains. And what I did was making them so they are different on either side. This is a big version of it. It also has this is a very dark blue velvet. It's a polyester velvet, so it's very soft. And this is, I think it's some linen and cotton fabric. And what it does is actually making it possible to change looks. So, you know, if you want to have a very dark room, you can just like change it like that, easy peasy. If you don't want to look at the embroidery, you can just turn it around. Sometimes when I come home, my boyfriend has changed the pillows so they're more dark, and I change them around. You know, when he's not looking, I'm just like changing them around. So you can you can customize the look and the feeling of a room just by using pillows. You can put them in your bed as well, and just like decorate your bed with like nice colors and textures, maybe some lace or whatever you like. Just play around with it, have fun. And what I would recommend you is that if you want to change your room, this is a little tip, just to make sure that what you come home with also fits the vibe and the feeling and the design, the style of your home. If you want to go out and change the colors of your home, the texture of your home by you buying pillowcases or maybe some new curtains, this is actually a tip that goes for everything you want to buy for your home. Take a picture of the area that you want to change, because there will be furniture and other items in that area that you will not change, which means that what you buy, what you decide to buy when you're standing in the store, has to match with what you have at home. So early on, when I moved in here, this was his flat, this is his apartment, and then I moved in, and we were just deciding on how to decorate it together. We didn't bring colors. We didn't bring pictures. And then you had 2 people in a store trying to decide on what they liked and what would fit the apartment at home. And what I have learned over time is that what I like in the store might be different than what I thought I would like when I was at home. Sometimes you just lose your mind, you know, just forget what you went out to buy, and you just buy something else. Or you stand in the store and you decide that what you thought you were going to buy you don't really like, and when you get home you're frustrated because you didn't buy it. So take some pictures, bring them with you when you go out shopping, and thank me later, because it will make a huge difference on your ability to decide. The point is, with this whole video, is to show you and inspire you to be a little bit more creative, and to show you what I use in my home and what I like and how I do things. And I know that I will change the way I do things in the future, because I usually do. I find something else that I find is really interesting. And yeah, that's just the creative life, I think. I hope this has been helpful for you, and that it makes it even more fun to be creative. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, because it tells YouTube that I made something important, and it will show it to even more people, and that just makes me so happy. And yeah, go have fun, be creative, and I will see you in my next video. I am a Danish, Danish, I am a Danish artist. Very hard to say, apparently. I can, and I will, and I'm doing it. Okay.